Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back yet again. We're going on to hour two. Glad you guys can join us all evening long. We've been seeing some great interaction there, so just wanted to give a quick shout out and thanks everyone in chat, except for QL criticizing my ketchup apparently. But besides that, thanks for joining us. It's hard to yell at him too much because he's
That's
gotten
that's his
like
shtick. That's his shtick.
I was gonna
He
say
loves.
he's paid us off with like 20 subs at the end of the preseason, so it's hard to really say much. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Palidore can be bought. I can be yours too for 20 subs. But anyway, off it goes here. It will be Nova versus Ignite, and I think my
and,
teams are on the wrong side, so I'll probably switch that really quickly.
and with the initial joust coming out, getting that initial slap far, sending it up or right, but with the quick boost coming out from Ignite, getting it almost underneath the goal, getting the double stun, and they retrieve it. VTS getting his spacing, sending a nice parallel pass, looking behind the goal, and getting it. But a
Ooh.
beautiful save by Sir Dimwee.
That was great from Dimwee. That picking up where he left off. Now we saw that right at the end. I mentioned that earlier. That last defensive play against Spaghetti a little while ago, and Dimwee just again, not even losing a step. Gotta
And
love the
Wolf
defense.
missing that back pass, but looking to retrieve it is Duel at the back line with more than enough time, taking it through the bottom of the backfield of the front field of Nova, if that's such a thing. And
It
again,
is
not
now.
under not under pressure. V with the disc, sending it to Pac-Man with this slow approach, getting these nice give and go passes, and the shot.
Oh wow! Sorry, that just got me up in my seat. I almost banged my knee on the desk. That save was incredible. Just snatched out of the air, but still comes back with the dunk.
And that's why it's so crucial to quickly slap it. You just can't even grab it. You got to slap it. And Duel getting that nice snag out of the goalie's hands with the subsequent dunk.
Seriously though, the reflex on that save, it was almost Matrix-like in a sense. It was just boom and froze the disc in the air, grabbed it. Really impressive stuff, but still good concentration for the putback. And like you mentioned, yeah, that's kind of why, especially in 4v4, you've got to get rid of those discs as soon as you get that save, because otherwise you'll find some goals going in your face, just like that one there. And it's a tied-up game. Looks like goes off the head of VTS King. So not quite sure who
So,
got it, but someone did.
in a tie game with 8 minutes remaining, joust advantage to Ignite. How will they respond? Let's see this rollout coming from the bottom, two of them, and going into the tube, posting up outside the tube. BTS with no pressure, taking his time, reading this defense.
Yeah, not a worry, and that's kind of what I expected from these two teams. I know for Ignite, this is already something that they're comfortable with, and certainly have worked more towards as the preseason went on. For Nova, kind of the same with them. We talked about them earlier and how much their growth over just a 6-week span, and I guess extending now to 2 months, as this nice pass goes out but just missed. Their growth as a team and how they've been able to come back from a slow start to the VRML preseason and then finish really strong to start gaining traction.
Yeah, Nova's just quickly and rapidly developing with every match. Ignite's having a hard time keeping up.
Oh,
And
no, no, no.
almost.
Oh, what was that? My things went haywire for a second. Apologies. I'm sure the stream heard that. No need to worry. Those were friendly Windows dings, I promise. Isen gets the disc here, sends it over to the other side, and we will put it in. Gets the one-on-one opportunity, and that's good for the 4th point.
Ignite's goalie not able to respond, sitting with his hand on the block as Dimwee's shot sails right past him.
Sure, my stuff is in order. My Windows was yelling at me. But here goes VTS for Ignite. VTS also one of those stream regulars. Saw him an awful lot in the streams last preseason, and I appreciated that. He hung out with me many afternoons, even for those European games where, you know, some people were just content with letting Pally sit and not chat. No, VTS said, hey, Pally, I'll talk to you. And then sometimes I didn't talk back because I can't multitask. But Wolf23 on the task with that one. 4-4 now for Ignite. Nicely done.
During that initial rollout, Ignite throwing the interception, but Far able to get the stun and send a nice back pass to V, and they made a nice reapproach on goal, able to get that shot from Wolf 23.
Doing the job there, Sir Dimwee, going for that lower rollout that they like to do. See, I wasn't going to, get juked that time. I was going to say the fling, because there's been times where those teams go for those lower rollouts, and it keeps keeps confusing me, and I miss it. So trying to be aware of the teams who do it more often. And you can see right there as Easton grabs the disc. Again, tied up in back and forth action. Great games pretty much all night tonight, Sputnik, and it seems like this one's on track to follow the same path.
And Wolf 23 getting the errant pass by Sir Dimwee, trying to make an approach from Shield, sending it behind goal, and with the move and the juke fart, avoiding the goalie of Nova and getting the 1 meter shot.
Stuck in the job. Yeah, that was great work there from them. And so I mentioned earlier, too, that's something they're comfortable with now. It seemed like more so at the very beginning of 4v4 and the preseason of VRML. Ignite was more kind of heavy towards the one-on-one offenses at times, relying just kind of on those moves up the floor, and then they would kind of find a striker, usually on the bottom of the floor. That was one of their favorite spots, is down low. They'd bring all their players down there and assault the goal. Just like that assault there from Nova. Zesper gets that for the tie yet again.
A quick response from Nova to tie it up with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Joust advantage to Ignite. Ignite maybe going to go for another unique rollout coming from the bottom tubes with the double stack.
There is indeed. Gets it over to Wolf 23. A sharpshooter of a player is he. See, Haza in the chat. Oh, welcome. I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. Welcome to the stream. Glad you like it. Duel does not like that because Venom stings him with a punch and rejects it to the other side of the field as the players boost on forward. That's a quick recovery, though, from Ignite. Very nicely.
And getting that clear through the mid, but not able to retrieve it. Far gets it, sending a little too high of a pass, but able to get it off the wall. And they're taking their time, sending it to the back line to Duel. Duel with a nice give and go, but getting stunned out. VTS and now squarely into the hands of Zesper. Zesper sending the back pass. And this frantic play coming out, looking for a clear, looking for a pass. Nova sending it through tube.
Good punches, too. Those brawls from Dimwee. He was aggressive there just to deny that stack a couple times. And now coming back with their own stack on the line for Venom. 8-6 lead, courtesy Venom and Nova.
Nova bringing it all, giving us some great matches tonight. Ignite now down by 2 with 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Joust advantage. They're pulling another stack out of the lower tubes with this setup where they set up in the tube and they have the other guy go down in a sort of relay. Now under pressure in tube, Duel sending it down, getting the bounce pass off the geometry. Wolf sending a pass a little wide, or unless it is it's a double pass.
Whew. Skies past Wolf. You saw him jump for that one, but slightly out of his fingertips. Still maintaining, though, is Duel down low. The clear not so much in his favor, so it goes into the other side.
And getting the stun in the backfield of Ignite. Going for that shot. Nova actually sending it right back. They have an advantage. This 2v1. No, they do not. They have Ignite has a goalie in goal.
Oh, man. I love this passing from Nova. Just stellar. Supernova, even. Absolutely flawless. Even the one pass in that sequence that was a little bit off, it still bounced off the wall and perfectly into place anyway. So just, yeah. Danimal in the chat there saying these passes are clean, and exactly. I love nothing more in Echo Arena than just crisp passing. It's my favorite.
That it is, and VTS taking it right up through the mid and into the backfield. Not under pressure. Not a very aggressive defense.
But just as crisp on the passes, no less. And yeah, you're right. The defense just kind of allowed them to get really deep into that goal zone. And it did buy the goal, indeed, for Nova. So back up they go by the 2 points. And there's a minute left here in the first round. Incredibly close all the way through, just trading goal for goal. Neither team pulling ahead by much more than, I think, 4 points in total. A duel trying to add to the totals and go for the lead. Does not get it. Maybe a rebound. No. Zesper takes it instead for Nova, and back to the other side, intercepted by Ignite. So 36 seconds left. You see Isen just waiting there in the goal. Does not want anything to go through, but at the least, make sure there's no threes.
A little bit of miscommunication. V sending a wide pass as these boosts come out. Ignite trying to get back on defense with the long shot, but it is wide, and it will sail back into the hands of Nova as they approach the bubble.
Oh, and there's the stamp on it, Sput for the 12th point, and with that, Nova will guarantee their round 1 victory.
That they will. 3 seconds remaining. Nothing that Ignite can do. Ignite can only focus on the next round and try and force a 3rd game.
Yep, so off to the little cool-down period. You have a minute, these players do, and just take some water, clear up the comms, whatever you need to change, go through all that process in this minute you're allotted, and come back for the next round. We've seen...
And looking at the stats, Nova keeping themselves in the game, keeping their lead with 4 saves over Ignite's 1 save. But other than that, these stats are very, very even. There's no clear disparity, and it should lead into a great second game.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been kind of the case all evening along, just about. I mean, the Kango Spaghetti match, not quite as close, but still just... There's been a lot of close games earlier on, the ones you casted with me too. In Europe, we had Team Gravity versus Smash Dash, and for people who have not seen that match, that was a very interesting one. Okay, there was an overtime involved, there was a comeback or 2 involved, and some interesting developments at the end. I don't want to spoil it if you're gonna watch, but although I think the ticker at the bottom of the screen just might. So in any case, we're gonna go back to the gameplay here, but it was a very stellar match in its own right.
And with the countdown going, we will have the beginning of the second round in just a few seconds.
Man, you're right, Sput. Did you pull that out of your wizard sleeve?
Well, I consider myself more of an enchanter, but nonetheless, a magician I am, and sending it down to the field into Nova's backfield. Ignite is there. Ignite retrieving it off the ceiling, sending these subsequent passes, trying to keep that vertical advantage. Wolf taking his time under pressure into the hands of Duel. Duel approaching, trying to go for that shot, evading the goalie coming out of goal and getting the 4-meter 2.
So we kind of saw a repeat of earlier. Now, again, Nova had the successful first round, but that's another play where the offender was just allowed to really approach that the goal area with really little contesting involved.
And some nice rollouts from Nova. Nova sending these backfield passes, but getting stopped in the backfield, and this shot is not good. It bounces off the lower crossbar, but back into the hands of Ignite. Ignite not able to capitalize. Far throwing the pass and getting immediately stunned out.
Beautiful job there in the defensive end. Fast and in a flurry with the punches as the defense retreats. You see one at Barry. There's Duel as well as Wolf actually smartly cutting off those midline passes in the bubble area. Those ones are the most dangerous ones, as well as those backboard passes. And speak of beautiful cutoffs, that was VTS King getting in the way and sending it through the mid area.
With such a great read, even getting but the shot from Venom. From
Far.
Excuse me.
Far, yeah. It was almost saved by Venom, but Far managed to squeeze it right through in time.
So with the 4-0 lead from Ignite with 8 minutes remaining, Ignite in the lead. Can they hold it? Can they force this 3rd game?
That is the question. You can see this rollout here. Got the good angle on it this time as Venom takes it, and looking like preseason Ignite right now is Nova, just with the 4 players on the floor as they do finally spread out into the tunnels. Desper taking that over. You see that quickness there, the stacks. Some good cutting off there on the punches. So Ignite showing some defensive chops now to go along with their offense the last couple possessions. And yet again, Far going coast to coast just about to find that goal.
And the quick boost from Nova wasn't able to reach them in time and far beat the one-on-one against Nova's goalie.
And yeah, got the advantage on that one. As a result, the 6-point advantage. So Ignite building some momentum here in the second after losing the first. As mentioned earlier on, and as people have asked a bit, unlike the previous season, this is a best-of-3 situation for Season 1, so the Round 3 does not happen automatically anymore. It's now just purely based on best of instead of play all 3. And we'll see how people like it. There was, a vote before the season started, and more people were in favor of trying it this way. So, indeed, the tried and true method. Let's see how it works for this season. Trying to work in some more points, or the first points actually for the second round. That's a great pass, but a mishandle will mean no goal for Nova.
But able to retrieve it is Sir Dimwee. Sir Dimwee looking for that pass, not able to complete it. And they scramble to retrieve it, getting stunned out. The 2 subsequent stuns from far going to send it downfield, but it doesn't go through.
And it will go to Wolf's hands as well. Jaywalker, see highlight in there. Yeet, yeet, yeet. I'm obligated to say those, I think. I don't know. Now, Duel. Oh, finds the 3. That was a bold shot, but it paid off, I do suppose, because 9 points straight away for Ignite.
Ignite obviously not happy with the previous round performance, pulling out all their guns, taking the shots when they can, and capitalizing on everything.
And that one it's one of those shots where if it hadn't gone in or if it had been saved, you would have said, what was that? But then because it did, it's like, nice shot. Good stuff. So they'll take it. 9 points.
And Nova missing the pass, that parallel pass, and sending it straight through into the hands of Wolf 23. That frantic play that's disorganized, as obviously Ignite has Nova on their heels. So killing time, Wolf in the backfield. And Nova does not play a very aggressive defense, which they need to be playing right now. They're down by 9, 5 minutes remaining. And
see that fling? That was so unnecessarily steezy in its own regard. Just saw the defender coming, and he knew he had the back pass available. Just slung it behind his head without looking. Little bit of steez there.
Duel to pick it up in the backfield of Nova. Looking down on the floor, he's got a pass, sending it to Wolf. Wolf looking under goal for the dunk, taking his time and putting it in very slowly, very eloquently far to pull ahead by 11.
Almost feels like, just based off that, we saw from Wolf, I think it was, on that back pass, and then the kind of gentle little dunk there from far. Almost seems like they're starting to toy around a little bit here. Getting a little loose is Ignite, feeling good in this second round. Oh, and maybe for a reason, because that is going to be a very, very hurtful turnaround for Nova.
That is the epitome of disorganized play. They're obviously uncollected, playing on their heels. They need to recover. They need to take it slow. Or maybe they need to take it fast. They just need to do something different.
Yeah, so just the complete opposite. I shouldn't say that, but first round was really close. Both teams goal for goal the entire 10 minutes. And now this one, it's all lopsided in one team's favor. And that is, of course, Ignite. Although maybe this shot can buy them some speed on the scoreboard here, get some points up, and find themselves something to work with as they go into the final 3 minutes here in this second round.
With the 12-point deficit, there's not much they can do. They need to keep their energy for the third game, and that might be their strategy.
Yep, that's definitely a factor you want to keep in mind. Full 30 minutes potentially about to be played by the end of this match, just based on how this second round is going. So you got to figure, if you're Nova, the game might... It's still technically in reach, I think, but it might be, for all intents and purposes, unlikely that it's going to be a comeback. But just the same, what do I know? Because there's a 3 from Zesper on the way. 5 points, 14-5 now. I could be totally wrong. But
QL Young, I am not saying that message. I will say onion, 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 onion. But back to the match.
Hold on, Spud. I just gotta grab these nuts over here. I have next to me, just caster snack. Anyway, 14-5 indeed. As I was saying, building the momentum some more maybe. East Send. Now that could have made this game really interesting, but no. Another attempt still. Great passing and great scoring. Venom from Zesper.
Nova pulling it out of some type of thing that I'm not gonna say, but where is this energy? It's forefront and center, cutting that deficit, that 12-point deficit, to a 7-point deficit. They're gonna play hard till the end.
I'll get to you later, Jaywalker, in between rounds perhaps. Venom here looking for, again, they're starting to snowball the opposite direction. The time is not on their side, but they're looking pretty good. And this could be very helpful for Nova's third round now. They seem an awful lot more collected now these last 3 minutes than they did in those first 7.
That they are. And Ignite trying to stay in this game, trying to force that round 3, trying to get the second round victory and pull off the series victory itself. But in the backfield, Far responds with a 10-meter 3 just outside the bubble, a 10-point lead to Ignite.
And there you go. So after a bit of a scoring drought for Ignite, finally able to put one in, but less than a minute. And a third round, oh, but a guarantee. Well, it's basically a guarantee now. So for I don't even know, third time today, fourth time today, we're seeing a third round being played. So that's always good to see here because we know it's competitive.
That it is. And Nova not taking they're not pulling any punches. They're giving it their best. They're not trying to give up as many points as they can as they boost back and try and reclaim that disc, cutting off any further shoot.
Yeah. Almost. It was the right idea. They did not expect a flying wolf. You heard about when pigs fly. What about when wolves fly? He just flew through, grabbed that out of the air. He knew what to do.
I think we have emboldened the chat too much, and I am going to focus on casting for this third round with 2 seconds remaining. It is a game to Ignite with a 12-point lead.
Yeah, what a turnaround for Ignite, 19-7, and I'm inclined to agree with Sput. I'm willing to go to certain levels, but you're pushing it, chat, as much as I love you for showing up pretty much all night long, staying strong with those numbers.
It looks like everyone's having fun. We're having fun casting. I hope these teams are having fun playing because it is extremely entertaining for all of us.
All right, give us the stats, Spud, and I'll give Jay maybe his tongue twister if the round hasn't started already. So, go.
Looking at these stats, Nova with the clear defensive, well, they had the defensive prowess that allowed them to win the first round. The second round, they're still coming off with a lot of saves, but they were not able to pull off a win on the merit of their defense and offense the second round. Duel with 7 points on Ignite. Wolf 23 with 9 points. Far with 9 points. 4 assists from Wolf, 1 save from VTS King, and 2 steals from Duel. No steals from Nova. 3 saves from Venom, 3 from Dimwee, and 2 from Zesper. Venom coming ahead with the 8 points for Nova. Let's see if he can extend that to many more with this third round.
All right, and off we go to Jaywalker's chagrin because Sput took up the whole minute. Thank you, Sput. And off it goes here. And I do mean that. Thank you. It goes to the third round. Venom. And Jay, I'll get to you after. Here goes a Zesper. The shot just off. I'm really interested in seeing Nova, though, because, like I said, it was a tale of two halves, in a sense, with Nova in that second round. So question really is, are we going to see the first round Nova where it's just solid all the way through, or are we going to see a little bit of that shakiness that we saw to begin the second?
You know, I don't know, and I'm not going to make any predictions because these are both great teams, and they kind of play unpredictably.
Yeah.
So let's see how they do in this third round before I make any preemptive calls.
Well, there's the first two, so I'll call that one gladly for Venom and Sir Dimwee, the connection on the 2-point goal. So, well done. QL Young saying, Pally, don't be a door to your co-caster. I wasn't. That was a legit thank you. He saved me from a tongue twister. Don't you understand? Anyways. But VTS King takes a disc here for Ignite. It is 2-0. Third rounder, and what has been an undoubtedly competitive match between two of the top tier teams here, going duel to VTS. And VTS, again, the slow approach we're seeing. One more soft pass. Very nice touch on these passes. But that one maybe too little touch. It was too soft, so intercepted and rejected.
As these boosts sail out and into the hands of Nova, Zesper under pressure, trying to send that pass, going into trench, avoiding trench, and bouncing up into the hands of Far. Far sending that pass along the floor to Wolf. Wolf looking for a chance, sending it through Tube, and the boosts come out from Ignite, but not fast enough as Sir Dimwee tries to send it into Tube, getting it to Venom, and Venom going for the long shot, but bouncing off Shield.
And bouncing right to Zesper's hands at that. So again, another goal, this time a three-pointer, as his teammate there on barrier also looked on and just like, hey, go ahead. Take the lane. We've got this game. Exactly what they said. QL just hated what I said there, but yeah, all right. 5-point lead early on, just a few minutes into this round. 2.5, in fact.
So with V to take the disc from Nest. Again, not under pressure. He's got time. And they're down by 5. V looking for a pass back into the hands of Wolf in a nice give and go, but it does not get to its target, with Esen to retrieve it on the floor, sending it through mid, and it bounces to the floor into the hands of V. So now Zesper approaching through Tube, looking for that pass, and with the advantage, can he complete the shot? And he doesn't. It is wide, and it bounces into the hands of Wolf 23.
Now, that one would have been really huge for them, because going up 8 points in that kind of fashion, that can be really backbreaking to the mentality of any team. So fortunately for Ignite, they didn't suffer the fate of that 3. But I see Visionary in there asking, is Ignite playing bad, or is Nova better than you remember? Well, you know what? I mentioned earlier in the cast, Nova got really dang good as the season progressed, just like that with those passing plays. But yeah, Nova is one of those teams, towards the end of the season, they had a very nice record, 7-5, I do believe, if I'm remembering. Whereas they started out 0-3, they finished 7-5, and that kind of tells you the story of what they did in those 6 weeks. And they haven't stopped practicing. That's the important thing to note.
No, they haven't, and they're trying to improve with every match, but down by 7, Ignite has to make something happen. Sending a pass along the ceiling, under pressure, creating distance, Far looking for that pass, probably going to Bowtie, goes to ceiling, and into the hands of VTS, trying to get that spacing, but not able to complete the pass as it bounces off the upper geometry.
Put some strength behind that pass, yeah, so just sailed past the hands, and getting the stack back is Wolf. Ignite there, trying to find themselves something, get the offense going here. Duel is going to get a grab, a little clear and boost with the soft pass, but the boost actually not strong enough, not fast enough. So another turnover.
But Ignite's boost is there to stop it, and it sails into the hands of Duel. Duel looking to floor, looking to ceiling, into the hands of V. V making an approach on Bubble with a screen pass in the upper pocket shot from Wolf 23 to close the lead by 5 points.
That one was very nicely done on the offensive end. If you want to get your offense going, that's kind of the way to do it. Just come in, execute easy passes, fundamental passes. Don't go for things that are out of your game or just too frantic and panicked. If you can find that control and just find the fundamentals, that will really help you come back from anything. And I know we saw Speedy and QL in there earlier in the chat, and still around, I'm sure, as Esen goes down for it. VTS can't quite get the save. But Illuminati there, Speedy and QL on that team, they got mercied in the finals, the championship first round, and then they came back and won it anyways across the best of 5. So it's just all about, and they did it through those fundamentals, I should say, too. They slowed it down again. They started finding their passes, their back passes, and before you knew it, over the course of, 40 minutes of matches, 50 minutes, whatever it was, they just came back with a flurry and a fury. And here it goes for another one, but it's a little off.
And luckily, Ignite is able to retrieve that long shot and send it into the backfield, but not there yet. And they get it off the ceiling, approaching through bubble, and creating time, creating space. Not able to get that pass to Nest.
It will get the disc back, though, maybe off of this stun. Actually, it goes to the other end on a clear. Venom and Zesper linking up, as well as Wolf and Far. Who gets there first? Your guess is as good as mine. It will be Far indeed, and it goes far into the other side as we see some more stacks linking up. Absolutely brutal on this speed, but Zesper takes this one away. So again, a change of hands, change of direction, another deflection happening, and once again, just teams trying to maybe slow it down and collect themselves. There's only 3 minutes left. Oh, what a beautiful pass that was, though, to Zesper. 11-2.
Venom able to challenge Wolf and get the punch, get the disc, create space for Zesper to fly through on the boost for the parallel pass and the shot behind goal.
Oh, yeah, and Ender. I forgot Ender is a visionary. That makes sense. Oh, I already knew that. I just had forgotten. But yes, Ender is also in the chat. There you go, and Suburban as well. I didn't forget you guys, but, you know, I have trouble not thinking about Speedy at times. He's always on my mind. And as far as QL, well, you know, he's vocal. He's QL, so I see him.
We all see him. Now, to the pass to Bowtie, to the floor, approaching from the bubble, but off the crossbar, and it will sail back into the hands of Dimwee. Dimwee under pressure by Far, sending it to Bowtie with a nice slap.
And being pressured now by Wolf. Not too bad, but you know what? Just enough pressure to at least force the stray pass. Still gets his own pass back, though, and Venom looking to spread the floor out to Zesper. Has some options. Oh, but that one wasn't it because BTS, the crowning save on that one, gets the boost. Goal is open. And shot is smoking Far. Great
Be
series.
able to read that shot to the lower pocket, drop his weight, make the stop, make the clear, and allow Far to get a 4-meter 2.
Yep, there you go. Now, time certainly not on the side here of Ignite. Unfortunately, as beautiful as a play that was, end-to-end with the defense turned into offense, a minute and a half left and down by 9, you're going to need to see a lot of goalie interference and a lot of threes being shot in the next, 2 seconds, basically. So with that, a turnover. There's the clear onto the other side, and now finding maybe a 3 opportunity. Duel take it, and he will make it. So Duel, perhaps keeping his team alive.
QL Young making the prediction, or maybe it was Jay Walker making the prediction that Far will get a slam dunk for the win with very little time left. With 50 seconds remaining, they're going to have to make it quick.
Yeah, I mean, they got what they needed with that last play there, but can they do it 2 more times? Because they're down by at least a couple goals, and 43 seconds left. I mean, a turnover needs to happen right about now if they have any chances here of forcing an overtime or winning somehow. But now, the clock winding down, that clear just might do it because, into the hands of Esend, and all he has to do is just back it out, and we're done with this game.
So with the steal and the pass to mid into the hands of Wolf, Wolf needs to make something happen. 17 seconds remaining. I don't think there's enough time left, but let's see if they can pull it out of their pocket.
Well, they can at least get one more pass to a score, but no, will not be the case. So celebrating there, can see some waving in the air from Venom as he flew to the barrier, and they're happy with that one. Congratulations, huge one to Nova on a very successful season debut here this evening, going 2-0 on the night and winning 11-7 in the 3rd round.
Nova has to be happy with their performance tonight. They've put up some great games, 2 solid victories. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us for the rest of the season.
Great performance from them. Yes, first Spaghetti and then Ignite, 2 teams that there's no joking about them. They're top teams. They're good teams. Again, Ignite, the established one, more established, and Spaghetti, one of those teams that are on the rise up the ranks pretty rapidly, in fact. And you know what? Nova just handled business tonight to the tune of the 2 victories for the week.
That they did. And Nova, like I said, has to be happy with the teams exchanging congratulations and good games. No one's left the match yet, allowing us to look at these stats.
That has to be a Dimwee thing. He's like, stay, stay, so Pally can read the stats. Or
So
Sputnik. Go ahead.
Zesper coming ahead for Nova with 12 points, and Far and Wolf leading the team with 11 points each. Many good saves from VTS King, but he wasn't able to keep his team in the game, and a win into the hands of Nova.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good collective effort from Ignite. You can see, again, like the scoring distribution there from Far, Wolf, and Duel. So good. BTS more playing the back line, so, you know, no points on the board, but the 3 assists, 3 saves, as you said. So, again, as a team, they played very well, did Ignite, but Nova just, they came back after getting a little flustered for a few minutes there in between the second round. And it was just, it was their game to win for the rest of the way. They got the job done. And yeah, with that being said, there's still one more match up coming up